Yes, let's talk about the product rule. Rule number 4. Okay. Suppose y is equal to f of x times g of x. Where again, f and g are two different functions of x. Now, intuitively, you might think it is what? What? Your intuition might suggest that it's what? Yeah, just f prime times g prime. But actually, that wouldn't be right. Your intuition in this case would mislead you. The actual rule is a little more complicated. That's why, you can't always just follow your intuition. Sometimes it's right, sometimes it isn't. You need to check it out and rigorously find out whether it's true or not. Now, fortunately, mathematicians have figured out that the correct rule is this. dy dx equals, now you may have seen it expressed in a slightly different fashion, but which is equivalent to this. So I'm just going to tell you my approach. Is you take the derivative of the first term, f prime of x, times the second term, g of x, plus take the derivative of the second term, g prime of x, and multiply that times f of x. So it's a little more complicated than what you might intuitively expect. So just memorize this rule. Okay. There is, I believe there is a proof of it in the textbook. So if you want the rigorous proof, go to the text. But I'm just going to tell you what it is. Okay. And let me give you some examples of this. Let's suppose y is equal to 2x squared plus 3 times x to the 5th plus 2. So you've got two terms involving x multiplied times each other. So what you might want to do is let this just be, this term right here, be f of x. And think of this term here as being g of x. And then you straight off apply the theorem. The theorem says that dy dx is f prime of x times g of x plus g prime of x times f of x. So what is f prime of x? What is the derivative of that first term with respect to x? Just 4x. And that gets multiplied times g of x, which is just the second term, x to the 5th plus 2, plus g prime of x. And what is g prime of x? 5x to the 4th. Times f of x, which is just 2x squared plus 3. And that would give you your derivative. Now, there is an alternative way you could get it. An alternative way of getting dy dx would just be to multiply these two terms out and then differentiate each one separately. If you did that, I will assert, and if you did it correctly, you'll get the same answer that you get using the product rule. Okay, so you might want to just do that as an exercise. Okay, that is the product rule.